Hello. I'm having some big issues today, and I blame the neighbor who is re-roofing because the constant bang, 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 bang is driving me nuts. So I managed to mess up the buttons, the PayPal buttons on my blog, and all kinds of goodies. I toppled the packages that I had made, and then I had to rearrange them. Again, there will not be practically any canes right now, but I will make at a later date a canes destash, and also the ones of you who already purchased last time know very well that you got some canes, and after you purchase you need to let me know what kind of canes you like the best. The sale is not on my website, and I will update the video description with the link, but I will be posting from time to time the link over and over, so you can go ahead, and after this is done I will take photos of everything. But as I said, right now I don't know, and I doubt you can hear the hammering unless it gets very, very loud, but it's been giving me headaches. So let me say hello to everybody first. Hi Madnuts, Elaine, thank you for being here. Who's else? Sharon, hi. Cindy, Bernadette, Kim, Tina, Beth, Randy, Pamela. Okay, so this time I kind of separated them a little bit by colors, and again, pardon my fingernails, but I'm still working around the garden and around the house. It's like I am in a fast forward thing, but I am all stressed. So I'm going to try and talk in between the packages. I know that some of you are mostly here to talk to me, and some of you are here mostly to buy. I am glad you did, Kimmy. And yes, I can tell you that everybody who emailed me back after they got their boxes were thrilled, and I'm not touting my own horn, but people liked it. I mean, generally, if people don't like it, they don't message you to say thank you. Hi, Kimmy. No, not hi, Kimmy. I meant to say hi, Black Onyx. God. As I said, I'm getting a headache. Let's start. This time I have to tell you, most of the earring sets, if they don't have ear wires, I will be putting ear wires in before shipping them out. But we'll do exactly like last time. The first package is one that I like to call the white package, because it's got mostly whitish things. So this will be package number 1, and I'm doing this live online because it's easier to pinpoint the minute where the package is presented, and I'm going to actually do that as well. I'm going to chapter up the video. So this one, it has, first of all, has a pair of earrings that will get, as I said, will get ear wires, and it's a stamped mokumegane, but with a design. It's kind of like looking through gauze curtains to something, and this is part of one of the live sponsors lives, and this is a second one. It just has a different stamp that than the earrings, but it's the pendant and the earrings. And then they are my first version of the howlite. And remember, as I said, I will post pics if you need refreshers, because people might need refreshers after the video, and I'm going to post this time. I'm going to post refreshers. Then there are two faux dendritic agates. They are part, if you're not aware, I do have a, and yes, they are translucent. I do have a tutorial on, a paid tutorial on dendritic agates. And for Mexican fire opal, as well as an aquamarine, for aquamarine. And as I said, it's $30 for each package. As I said in the, I posted the link to my blog where all the packages are listed, and that includes shipping, but it is only for the US. If you are abroad and you want to purchase any of these, you'll have to pay more. The $30 include the small box flat rate, that's $9.45. But for abroad, something like that is like $25. So I'm afraid you'll have to pay more. And I'm sorry, but I do not set the prices of shipping. I know it's horrible, horrible. Okay, the second one is a blue package. And on this one, if you purchase it and you want me to resin it, let me know and I will. So there's some faux turquoise and some more faux turquoise and a faux blue tiger's eye. A set that is raw, doesn't have findings, and this is the one that I said, if you want me to resin it, let me know and I will resin it and even poke holes for you. But it's a pair of earrings and a pendant, and it's again one of those, it's a Skinner blend stamped Moku Megane, and as you can see, it's the same stamp for all of the pieces. It's sanded and buffed, so it can go unresined, but if you want to place a backing on it, it's entirely up to you. I didn't do more on these because it depends on what you want to do with them. And then another for aquamarine, and it is transparent, translucent. This was when I was showing how to do crackled effects on faux gemstones. It was on making turquoises. I didn't have on hand turquoise clay, if you remember, if you watched that live, so I just used some pearlescent, but it just came up so pretty that I didn't feel like throwing it away. It is sanded and buffed, and it actually does have a backing, so it will need an eye screw. And then I have again one of my experiments. It's kind of like of a marbled cabochon. It's a fantasy cabochon. It came up so pretty because it's got translucent and regular clay that I didn't feel like it was just too pretty not to be used in something. So this was package number 2. And remember, I did allow, when you purchase, there's a thing, put a message for the seller and let me know if you want any kind of canes and what kind. Okay. Now package number 3 is more of an orange package. Should help. So it has, remember when we did this, I made it into a brooch and the little marigold. And then it has a pair of earrings from the Cernit tutorial that is on my website, and these are sanded and buffed. They are not resined or anything, and if it looks blurred or double the image, no, this is how it actually looks. It's not my camera. This is how they have all kinds of weird. Okay, that's fighter jets. I hope nothing happened anywhere, because usually when you start hearing them flying, it's bad. Now, one thing that I have to stress, if you watched or if you looked at my website and you've seen the prices, this is really a Destash. It's a you can order right after you see the package. If you like it, again, the link to order is right here, and they will be mailed Monday/Tuesday, depending on if they need more customizations or not. Then one of my 4 golden tiger's eyes, and as you can see, it does have the flash. And another 4, this is a 4 variegated tiger's eye. A 4 variegated tiger's eye again. Well, as I said, I live like across the street from the Air Force Base, and this is for Maramamba. If you're not, if you don't know what a Maramamba is, but there are 3 types of tiger's eye. Okay, you have the regular tiger's eye, which can be golden, red, green, or yellow, or variegated. Then you have the Petersite, which is tiger's eye in a matrix. And then you have the Maramamba that has to have various colors of tiger's eye, usually in a black matrix. So yes, I do have paid tutorials for all of that. Okay, so this was package number 3. Package number 4 is pretty much a mix. And yes, I did recycle some of the items in the former Destash that the packages weren't bought, so I kind of separated and distributed them differently. Okay, package number 4 has this bracelet. Just be careful, it's for a small wrist. If you want to enlarge it, you'll have to put it in the oven and then slightly open it up while it's warm. It has tiger's eye in the closing and some rhinestones, and it is a stamped Mokumegane type that I called Fire Explosion. That's also one of my paid tutorials. Hi, Ilyanka. And then you've all seen the tutorial. It's a pair of earrings. This was when I was experimenting to get a labradorite effect using color shift paints. And again, these will get ear wires. Why I didn't put ear wires to them is because I ran out and they are supposed to be delivered today. I ran out of the silver ones. Then this is a red variegated for tiger's eye, another for red tiger's eye, and I'm trying to show you the flash. It does have the tiger's eye flash. This is a fantasy that I made just with remnants from the Maramamba. This is another for Maramamba. And actually, let me show you, because if you don't know the Maramamba, it's very hard to explain how it actually looks. Let me try and find one. Let me switch to screen for a second. See, these are Maramambas, Maramamba cabochons, and they are all unique. Some of them are like a painting. Some of them have just hues of red and golden. Some of them have more green and sometimes blue and all that. They are absolutely fabulous stones. They are pretty much as pretty as the Petersite. So, oh wow, when you look for Maramamba, my store comes up. That's interesting. But yeah, this is how Maramamba looks like. And yes, I want to, that's another one of mine. I want to do some other, and the tutorials that are supposed to come, and the links still don't work on Amazon, have this and also other stuff. And then the last thing in the package, remember we did this, and this is the Ukraine brooch, and I actually made it into a brooch. So, and again, as I was saying, this is a Destash, so it has Destash prices, because if you look on my website, I actually sell much more the faux gem cabochons. All right, number 5 is another blue. And it has the faux fluorite. Hi Wendy. It has a pair of faux aquamarine cabochons that can be used to make earrings if you want, and again they are translucent. Then another pair of earrings, and this is the final faux labradorite. No, this was with the magnetic powder, sorry, not with the color shift. The other faux labradorite effect, because this was the whole idea. You get the flash to appear or disappear because all the magnetic powder is facing a certain way, not so again these will have ear wires. Then 3 faux blue tiger eye cabochons, and yeah, they all have the chatoyancy. And then some faux turquoises. This one, they are from 3 different tutorials. This one is the Damele, I think, and you can find it on YouTube. This one, I mean, I don't know, one of these 2 is on YouTube, one of these is paid, and this is, I didn't edit the tutorial yet. It's all taped, but I didn't. Oh, the bracelet, hold on, I can measure it, but I think that, yeah, that's what it is. Let's see, because it's on the, where's my, oh, here we go. It was made on Tiny Pandora's thing, so it's a 2.5 inches. So as I was saying, if you need a 3 or 3.5, you need a larger base, but this is on a 2.5 inches. This is the size of Tiny Pandora's blank. Okay. Now this one is the number 6, and it's the huge cabochon one. It's for people who like, and I'm going to put a line here so I don't mess up between 6 and 9. Oh goodness. Okay, so here we have some really big cabochons. Some of them are fantasies, some of them are more. This one is one of my 4 Peter Site experiments. It just looked so pretty, I didn't feel like casting it out. And yes, it does have all kinds of chatoyancy. This is a big 4 Maramamba. And then the next ones are not 4 gemstones. So this one is with my 4, I mean, I have 3 that are with my mermaid scales effect. That's one. That's another. And yes, it is all in pearlescent. And that's another. And as you can see, in some of them the effect appears and disappears. And this one is just it was one of my attempts of trying to do a Dalmatian jasper, but I used the pearlescent, not white, and it just came up too pretty to, and it's on a base, all these are on bases of ultralight, so they are very light, they are not. And then the rose cane in a pendant. This is one of the tutorials that are free on YouTube. I dropped it. Just a second. Oh, trust me, I would probably donate most of these if I didn't have money, but you know how it is. Okay, number 7. Number 7 is a mixed one. So it has that 4 stone, and that's in a wavy shape. And this one is 3 inches in diameter, so it's a larger. You can see my wrist is a 2.5 inches, so you can see it is quite large on me. Then another pair of earrings, and these are from that Cernit tutorial, but it's the smaller pair. Then some experiments on turquoise. This is actually not an experiment, it's a faux turquoise. This is an experiment on faux turquoise. This is an experiment on faux turquoise, and this was the final result. Then some overlays with mica. These are from some of the sponsors' lives tutorials, and as you can see, all these have their overlays. You have different colors, and they show up and they come up as they move. But so there are two pendants and a faux malachite. So let's get this to the side. The number 8 is a green. It's a green package. Don't think I sharpened this properly. And remember when we did this, and yes, I'm going to put again, I'm going to put the ear wires. Remember when we did this for St. Patrick's, the shamrock earrings? So I did do them justice, so they are here. And a big piece of faux malachite, as you can see, it's in 3. It's like a joined malachite. And one more of that mermaid scale effect cabochon. Another faux turquoise. A variegated faux tiger's eye. Let me post again the link. And the big faux dendritic agate. And again, these are translucent. And there will be more, as I said, it's not just this. You'll find in the package more stuff than just this. Okay, so this was number 8. Number 9 is also a mixed, and I'm going to put a line under to know if it's not the 6, right? Okay, so there's 2 pendants in here. One is from one of my sponsor lives. I showed how to create this effect. And this one as well. And then there's another labradorite effect, but in a different way done, not like the one that's on YouTube. This is from one of the sponsor tutorials, if I'm not mistaken, sponsor lives, only that they are in, and it's the full labradorite effect, and they are ready to be earrings. I know that they are kind of the same, but remember nowadays earrings are, you can wear one, you can wear 2 different kinds, you can wear 2 similar ones, 2 identical ones, or 2 coordinated ones. So and then there's pretty much more or less a lot of tiger's eye stuff. So this is a green one, a red one, a golden, and yes, they all have the chatoyancy. But as I said, when this setting is not very good to show chatoyancy, and one of the fantasy ones done with the remnants, and a faux Maramamba. The next one is more or less the Halloween one because it's got 2 items for Halloween, but also if you remember, this was in a tutorial. It's a pretty nice pendant that's resin, and it's all here. Then these also are from Alive, where I showed how to make beads using cabochon molds, and I made this Native American inspired cane that has been used here. Sorry, I'm holding them one up and one down. And then the so-called spider side, that was a fun fantasy stone I did around the Halloween with another YouTuber. That's fine, but I just decided to call it a spider site. And a 4 boulder opal. And then one of the packages last time got one of these as a goodie, but this time I'm going to, it's a Halloween skull, pair of earrings, and a cat pair of earrings that normally looks normal, but then when you move it, there's a kitty shape, right? So you'll have a pair of secret cat earrings. And this was number 10, before I forget. Alrighty. And there are 2 more. One of them is pretty much mostly 11, is pretty much mostly 4 gemstones. And except for, I mean, it's real 4 gemstones and fantasy gemstones. There's a set that can be used for pendant and earrings, and everybody's going to ask you, what kind of stone is that? You can tell them, oh, it's secret, I cannot tell you. But they are free form, so you will definitely not find anybody else wearing something like this. Again, one of those fantasy done with Maramamba leftovers. Another 4 Maramamba. Again, this camera doesn't do it. Let me try and focus for closer so you can see better how these Maramamba things look like. Not you, sorry. When we are talking about you can see all the blues and other stuff in there. Then a 4 Peter site. Close these. And that also has all kinds of chatoyancy. And a heart with 4 crazy lace agate. 4 yellow citrine. No, it's a yellow quartz, not citrine. And a 4 bumblebee. So this was number 11. I think I'm going to have to take something for headaches. This is horrible. And then finally number 12 is the yellow. So that's another silk screen on effects. That's resin pendant. Then you can make these pendants or earrings. They are slightly different. One is with regular silk screening. The other one is with overlay silk screen. Then 2 for bumblebee jaspers. Thank you. 1 for dendritic agate. And as usual it is translucent. And 2 for yellow, not yellow quartz, yellow calcite. If you remember a while ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I did a live to show you how to make 4 gemstones using Pardo jewelry clay. These are from all the way back there, but because they are Pardo, they even sound like 4 gemstones. And then this big bangle that was, I don't even remember if it was a paid tutorial or a free YouTube tutorial. That is all sanded and buffed, and it's more on a little bit larger. Let's see the inside. No, it's a 3 inches. It's larger as because it's domed a bangle, but it is a 3 inches. Remember, as I said, my wrist is 2.5, so if I wear something like this, I probably would lose it. So you need a wrist that's a little bit wider than 2.5 inches in diameter. So that is for sure. So this is the last one. As I said, I will put more stuff in them as they are leaving, but it's just that I keep digging through my canes tubs. I have 2 tubs of canes, and some of them they need to be warmed up, and I cannot do too much at a time because remember I have issues with my hands and it's about pressing. So I'm slowly getting them ready, but it takes a little bit of time, so I'm not ready to the point of being able to do a canes destash, but I will get there, and there will be more pendants and earrings and all that made for these stashes with all kinds of bits and pieces that I have left over from tutorials, because I'm really bad. When it comes to polymer clay, I'm a hoarder. Once I make something, I need to use all these bits, and I usually don't use a lot of clay in my tutorials, just because I don't like to waste stuff. So for now will probably be another destash in about a month or so, but it takes me a while to get there. And once the whole spring frenzy winds down, because as I said, my city is quite bad when it comes. Okay, I kind of finished with this. Let me get this larger. My city is quite bad when it comes to the way your yard looks like, and if your yard is not kempt and the front of your house is not pretty, you're going to get a notice, you know. And for example, if you don't mow, they're gonna mow and they're gonna bill you for that, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that I need to do in the front yard and then in the backyard. And the problem is that other things I can put off and say I'm gonna do it next week, or I'm gonna do it, this can wait, because unfortunately Mother Nature doesn't wait, and you know that. I mean, it's very, very taxing on me. And especially because due to all the thyroid issues I had last year, I wasn't able to do much. So now I keep having to catch up on all kinds of stuff. And unfortunately, Oklahoma is very bad when it comes to all kinds of plants that go start spreading. So normally every end of spring I have, and I pull hundreds out, like baby mimosa trees and baby pecan trees, because of course the squirrels, they buried their nuts and then forget about where they buried them. So I would pull up at least 50 baby pecan trees from my backyard usually, but not here. Here it's, and even in big summer, and as I'm an early riser, I normally wake up around between 5 and 5:30. My only thing is to wait until it gets enough light to go outside, and I love working out in the garden at this time of the year. Thank you so much, Bernadette. And yes, I don't know if that one is, I think it is. Hope I didn't mess it up, because it's all messed up. But it's much better to work now, because later in Oklahoma we are getting overrun with mosquitoes. So yeah, and I'm so stressed. Like today I had to redo the whole page because I messed up the PayPal buttons needed to purchase. So I started to panic. I almost rescheduled it, and then I was like, I almost already rescheduled it twice. I cannot reschedule it, so let me just delay it a little bit, take a deep breath, and redo everything. So yeah, otherwise, what can I say? My main problem is that lately I noticed it's like I got ADD or something, because I don't seem to be, when it comes to gardening and stuff. Yes, I stop when I start hurting. I'm fine. But when it comes to doing other stuff that requires focus, it's like I can do it for 10 minutes and then I'm okay. I cannot focus anymore. And if I try to focus more, I start making mistakes. So I don't know. It's part of getting older, I guess, because I just turned 61, right? But it's the fact that I make mistakes stresses me out. The fact that I don't seem to be able to catch up with stuff stresses me out. The fact that I made some mistakes about how I was spending my time about 2.5 years ago, before I started having problems. Was it number one, Sharon? Because that's the one that I don't think I fixed the link to bring you back. Let me check something and I'll be able to tell you. No, it looks like you got it. me see if I messed up. Okay, so yeah, you got it. It went through, Sharon. I don't know why, but it shows that you purchased it. Let me check again to make sure. But that's the one that yeah, that's why, because when I started redoing the to explain, whenever you create a button on PayPal, they require you to actually I can show you. I think I showed before stuff like that to help you how to sell stuff even without having a store, without going on Etsy or eBay. So what you do, you go in your PayPal and in your pay and get paid, you select PayPal buttons. I cannot show you my homepage for obvious reasons, but to show you what happens. So when you create your PayPal buttons, you can create all kinds of stuff, and then you let me get a new post here on my blog to show you how to do the whole thing. So I'm going to put it as test. Oops, again. Test, not rest, test. Let me grab my test, and then I will go to, from here, this is just on Blogger, right? From here I go to HTML view, and you don't even need to know much stuff. So your best thing, and you can do that with any of these, your best thing is this buy now button. And then you select what kind, because see here you have different choices, and you use, let's say, item number 001, right? And then you put whatever price you want to put on it, and then you can put shipping, you can put tax, you can put all kinds of stuff. But then in the inventory, because this is how you avoid selling something that's already been sold, in the inventory you put the item, and then you put how much it is in stock. Have 1 or 2 or 3 or 5, and then can customers buy an item when it's sold out, and you tell them no. But see here you tell them where to go back, and this was the only button that I had left that was from the very beginning, because all the other ones were messed up. And I deleted the other ones, and I only left the one, but then I had to delete that blog post and make a new one. And on the first package was the only one where I didn't go in to change the page where it was redirected. That's why you got the 404. So that is all kinds of an explanation. But I'm going to probably remember that you already have some, and I think that I did. Let me see in my playlists. I did show some stuff before on how to do certain things for people who are new. You know, I showed how to use the free photo editing. If you don't have a very good camera. And then we have Yes, I showed how to do a monthly sponsorship without Patreon. If you see, that's a how-to for artists, web presence, beginner help, and all that. And I made how to enhance photos if you don't have a very good camera. And this is a software called a GIMP. And this is initial photo and how it looks after you retouch it. And then I showed how to do a monthly sponsorship without Patreon, and I'm showing how to do gosh, I was so thin before, I cannot believe it. And how to use also the button types for on PayPal without having to have a Patreon, without having to have Patreon mixed up in the whole deal, because you don't really need, and they don't really do much for your money, right? They just take a commission for not much, because it's not like they do any kind of advertising or anything. You can do it by yourself. I mean, you really can do it by yourself. You don't need to do anything else. But anyway, we will do tomorrow. As I said, I'm going to show you how to cover the plastic eggs. Hold on, I forgot I did this. Let me get this out of the way. But as I said, I will show you how to cover the plastic. This had something on it and I removed it. How to cover the plastic egg thingies. That's the only one that I have here. I have more in the kitchen. I made several. Because if you don't do it right, because they open, right, and you can see the line where they would open, and you don't have to do them cover them very thick, because you're gonna get a lot of problems when you're trying to make them nice and even, and without all kinds of bumps and stuff. You need to cover them with a fairly thin layer of clay, and then if you don't do that, the problem will be that at the slightest manipulation or something, it's going to open. So, or it's going to slightly get deformed, then it's going to crack your clay. So it's very important to know how to cover the regular plastic eggs that open to put sweets in them. So that's what we are going to do tomorrow. Now today I will have later, if I'm not mistaken, it's 4:30 or 5:30. Live with the sponsors, because normally the sponsors live is Saturday morning at about the time that I did this, except for the first Saturday of the month when I have my monthly chat, and I did have to reschedule it. Yeah, it's at 4:30. I did have to reschedule it because I got too many people asking, are you really doing a Destash? It's the 1st of April. Is this some kind of April's Fool? No, I really want to do a Destash. So when I saw that the messages and emails kept coming, I was like, you know what, let me just reschedule it for tomorrow when I do the monthly chat, because it's something else. Anyway, I'm going to go get a headache thing, because those people are still banging. Why would anybody want to redo their roof before storm season? Kind of beats me, but oh well. Thank you so much. Don't forget to thumbs up and don't miss tomorrow and I'll show you other tips and other tricks about making polymer clay Easter eggs. And remember, at one point I showed you how to make I cannot reach it. How to make 4 gemstone eggs. And yes, this is the foam malachite and it's on one of those plastic egg thingies. So yeah, but I'll show you tomorrow and I'll tell you all the tips and tricks that I know. Okay, don't forget to thumbs up and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful week, and thank you for being my subscribers and for following my everyday stresses and problems and finnegan. See you tomorrow. Bye.